is een ja. Anderen die devil.
Bobby, apparently these aren't working.
Alright.
We gotta get rid of the ones that aren't working.
Oh yeah, I'll get it.
Alright.
There we
So
go.
now, let me go ahead and, I wanted to play that new one.
Well, are you gonna go into the YouTube chat or what?
Yeah, I'm going to in a second. Hold on. I wanted to play the new.
Well, we're gonna have to remove the screen share first.
Why?
Because it will interfere with the screen. It will interfere with the promo. Just get it at the ready, and I'll play the promo. Just get it at the ready, okay? Get the chat at the ready.
Get that one there, like that.
Yeah. Oh, you do got it ready.
Yeah, I got it set. I was gonna get the clock up there. Let me get the clock up there so we can see what time it is. There we go. Now we can see what time it is.
Yeah.
All right, so play the new one that we did for Charles and Maria. Hi, Oopie.
All
right.
All right. Did you send that to Charles and Maria yet? Or you're going to?
No, I sent that out. I already sent that to him.
All right.
She actually suggested the bourbon. She didn't like the coffee. I had the one with the coffee. She said, I don't like coffee.
I'm still pissed they butchered my outro thing.
Don't let it bother you.
Because this is the correct one.
Uncle, I'm trying to show.
And that's why I don't want to. Let's try it again.
Uncle, I'm trying to throw a show.
Because that's the correct one.
So make it with.
I can't believe they still butchered it.
Make the pictures
play the original first, because that's not how you do a show.
Yeah, okay, Bobby. All right, I'm trying to answer what Oopie's saying. You keep talking. Yeah, they already said Oopie. You're right. They already said Oopie. So they must know about your book. So you want the pictures to be sock puppets? I don't know how I can do that, though. I'll figure out something for you. Yeah, we'll figure out something. I'm not sure how yet, but we'll figure it out. Maybe Canva will have something in there that's available to use the sock puppets. So right before I went live, and it was nothing else that was running, like my other phone or the other computer or anything. Oh, I know that. Yeah, I got you. The stuff that I can find on Canva is probably fine. You know what I mean? The platform I use to make my promos. Anyway, what I was going to say was right before I went on live, I kept hearing some noise and voices here in the dining room right behind me. And look, there's a spirit right there. Hi, spirit.
Rear.
Rear, like behind me. So I don't know what they were talking about, but I think they were talking about like, oh, he's going live or something like that. But I clearly heard voices behind me. Yes, it is work. It's not, even with all the tools that I have, it's not easy to get the perfect setup that you want. And then everyone always has some other idea. Copy of the what?
His partner, Brent.
I wish that heart wasn't there. I wish there was a way that I knew how to get rid of it. I was told how to get rid of it. It's in the coding.
Yeah, Goofy was talking about her latest book.
Yeah, I have that. Didn't I show it to you? So this morning my mic decided to crap out on me. So that cut the show short. And it left on a bad note. I told you I have it.
Correspondent.
Real book. Correspondent. He said book, didn't he? He just said book. You heard that, right? He just said book. He just said book. Did you hear that? Did anyone else hear that? Or did I imagine that?
Yeah.
Bobby.
Shut up!
You can tell I'm laughing, Bobby. I'm not mad at you.
So we're going till 6 so that we can have DOTS?
Yeah, well, yeah, we can go until 6.
I am planning on a gaming session right after Space Wave.
Can I share a page in your book, Goofy? Can I share a page of your book?
Una montagne de spieven.
Goofy? I need a yes. Hi, Spirit. What's your message?
Relative.
Okay. Here is. Can you see that clearly? So what I was sharing you, in case you couldn't see that, is the basic EMF detector. That's a little bit different than the one I have. This one I have. It even says authentic on the sticker.
Is that
But anyway, spiritual response. or spectral, excuse me, spectral response. I need new glasses.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay, yep. Spectral response. All right. Spectral response and sensitivity of an EMF meter. Okay. Used in paranormal investigations can vary depending on the specific device being used. However, I wish I had better glasses. There are some general characteristics of EMF meters commonly used in paranormal investigations. Typically, measures electromagnetic fields across a range of frequencies, including low frequency, DC to 10 hertz, medium frequency 10 hertz to 100 kilohertz, and high frequency 100 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. The spectral response of an EMF meter can be divided into three main ranges. All right, now take your notes now.
Oh, we week next week.
Okay, Oopie, I'll get to that picture. All right. Low frequency range, which we already went through all that, DC to 10 hertz. Medium frequency range, 10 hertz to 10 hertz to 100 kilohertz. And then high frequency range, 100 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. I would imagine the 300 gigahertz would probably make your hair stand on end. Like on your arms, right? All right, so now, enough of that reading. We're going to go on to the picture that we're talking about. You got a lot of interesting, there's the picture. Can you see that? He said K2. Did he not say K2? Am I hearing things? Cell phone frequencies. Okay, you're not talking about the energy we might feel if you walk through an electrical, like in a. Yep. You get a lot of information in your Ruby. DVR systems. Now that's something we're already into, trying to discover what they are. Meaning working with audio stuff, right? Night vision scopes and the motion detectors and video camera. I have one or two video cameras that are of an older generation that were top of the line, and I have an old Sony that I have that was top of the line and probably about at that time close to $1,000 just for a digital camera, which didn't have much storage, and the memory card was not very big, and you were lucky if you had anything to read it with. I mean, they sent attachments with the camera that you can connect to the computer. But then did you have the software to run the attachment? I much like using my phone and my other digital cameras that I have. So I did just get a new camera the other day. Okay, now here's the camera I got today, or not today, but the other day. So you got, so this is a body camera I can put on my shirt, or put it on a tripod if I want. The screen I can have turned off. This lens here turns back and forth like that. So see, like that. That's the backside. So this I got for when I do my drives and for investigations too. But mainly, you never know when you need an extra camera that's live beside your cell phone, right? And yeah, now the only thing I don't like about it is it turns things upside down, which with the video editor you can correct that. When you edit your video, you can change that. Dang. Yeah, so I mean, it has a cell phone thing you can connect to the cell phone with the Wi-Fi. So it has Wi-Fi, which I can just find it on my cell phone connector, and it's connected right there. And always need extra cams. I was thinking of getting the ones pants. What? I was thinking about getting the one that they use on the newer police shows. You know, like on the newer On Patrol Live and things like that. They have the headband one that shoots in 4K. Yeah, just connection to the phone. I think I might be able to stream it from the phone to the media, you know, like Facebook or something. I'm going to have to figure that one out yet. But never have too many cameras, I don't think. And I've always imagined having a camera in the car, all the way around the car. You know, if somebody tries to carjack me, guess what? They're on camera. Somebody's going to find something. And if more people did that, I think crime would be less. Yeah, so now imagine, Usti, in your case, you can have 8 cameras along with your 9 brains, right? 9 brains and 3 hearts, right? He said, yeah. I don't know if I time it right or if he's actually answering what I'm saying. That's weird. Yeah, but you know, in today's world, like when you go driving, you never know who's going to try to attack you, especially here in Minneapolis, which I'm not near. But any major city, you never know if somebody's going to try to carjack you or whatever. And just think, if you had cameras in the car, streaming live, right? Person thinks he's getting away, but he's being watched by thousands of people at the same time. Wouldn't that make it a little bit different response to the person doing the crime? Well, I don't want to be on social media. And then, well, I mean, some do, obviously. But I mean, in some cases, you know, if you're trying to get away with something and you're running from the law, obviously you don't want to be spotted by thousands of people that are watching. So, yeah, good point. Just a way to document the event. Right, Spirit? He said, yeah. Ethan's here. He said hi earlier. Ethan's the guy with the deep voice. Document. That's what I just said.
Sure.
So now tell me how that works with a set of recorded words and phrases in a sound bank. How can it respond immediately to what we're saying? So now believe what you want, question everything, but never, ever agree with what I'm saying. Do your own research.
May be possible.
Get the app, get the Parabox app, pay for it, evaluate it yourself. If you like it, Bobby did. Bobby got it and tried it. He likes it.
Certainly.
Ogenblik zoekt gij. Wat?
Well, yeah, I understand that, OG, but how would they? I mean, that would take a conscience to change or to respond to what I'm saying. An active conscience, Oopie, not an AI, artificial intelligence. That would not be an active conscience. There's Axe again.
They're recording.
Dat het hard.
Hi, Spirit. Oh, I know, Oopie. I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm not debating that. Like the echo sound or whatever. And I got the echo and reverb off on this, so I don't know why it's echoing. Again, I always say, make it sound mysterious. Mysterious. But I want to find out what that voice was that I heard here in the room. So someone's going to sleep already. Yep. She just said good night. She said good night to somebody that was leaving. I missed 444. I was looking right at the clock and I missed it. Oopie, talk about time. The other morning, was it Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning? Now I can't remember what day it was, dang it. But I'm sitting here watching, I wake up at 7:30 or 7 o'clock. 7:30 when my alarm goes off, that's right. So I was kind of awake, and it couldn't have been 7:44. I noticed it was 8 o'clock. Oh, yeah. But anyway, I'm watching the time, and I'm pretty sure I saw it was 8:44, right? 15 minutes basically to 9 o'clock. 8:44. So I think, I better wake up now and start getting the show ready. And then I look at the clock again, and it was a while for the time difference. Hi, Marco. And then it was 8:44 again, second time. Okay. And then it was really 8:44. But I saw 8:44 twice in the same morning. Now explain that one. And then I was still late getting the show started. Yeah. I thought this would be fun to do this right before Dimensions of the Supernatural.
Maybe.
Hey, Spirits. Spirits who's in chat. And now, Oopie, they already said your name, so I'm trying to get them to say Marco. Hi, Spirits. Yeah, we were on episode 89. I had the wrong number again.
50.
They said Marco. I thought they did. Thank you, Oopie.
Open the
Genghis, what's going on? I don't know what the Chinese salute was for Genghis Khan. Was it something like the Heil Hitler sign, or I don't know. But of course, I don't want to do any of that anyway, because if I do the wrong sign, somebody's going to be offended. Oh, he made a sign with his hand.
That's rare.
That bearing, you bow for Chinese? I thought you bowed for Japan. Is that what you mean, Oopie? You bow?
Nou, prima. Wolven en het lachen.
Oh no. Oh, we're not gonna do that. I only kneel to one. His name is Jesus Christ. So there you go. Well, we got some snow coming in tonight and tomorrow. And gonna be coming in again Saturday night and Sunday night. Saturday and Sunday, rather. But it is the middle of March. So I guess we're doing good. We only had 40 some inches of snow, which is unusual because normally we have over 80. $10.48.
Is all.
Okay, Oopie. I had some random thoughts about my book and my character. No, we had normal snowfall for Minnesota is over 80 inches of snow during the winter years, or months rather. This year we only had 43 inches so far. Mass? You mean like church mass? So my start date, pitch, ship mass. What?
Once again,
Pitch? That'd be ship. Pitch? Building a ship? I started my earliest time that I know is 850 AD. I talked to you about this. My character, right? And I know a name. I know some years. And I know where I landed the first time. From Denmark, which is where my nationality is from.
indeed,
The interesting thing about this whole story is that the Vikings settled here in Minnesota. Okay, now pitch could be also music though. So anyway, the Vikings have been in Minnesota a long time. And for some reason, I wound up here. In my thinking, it was someplace new and no family was living here, so I could just start my life fresh and new. Yeah. So anyway, one of my times that I remember, back then you get around by horseback, wild horse. You got around by a wild horse, or you walked. Right, there wasn't really much choice. That's how you got around. So walking, you did a lot of walking. But as a Viking and around 7 feet tall or so, I was pretty healthy. I can handle it. Not a big problem, not at all. Well, my boat was wrecked. Not due to anything I did, even though I was navigator. But then I was actually an explorer, not technically classified as a navigator. That came on later. But throughout my existence of what I was talking about before, I've always had a job of navigation. Even in this timeline, when I was in the U.S. Navy, I was a quartermaster, which is not, I mean, we might have taken care of supply, but what I'm talking about is navigation, quartermaster, navigation department. Okay, so that was my job in today's timeline in the U.S. Navy. Now, how did I wind up there? That's what I've been programmed to do my entire existence. So anyway, going back to how the timeline breaks down as far as I can tell. 850 to 880 or 890. I can't remember what I said now. Thought that came in my head. I had it. But we'll say 890. So that's 40 years. Okay. Now I was already an adult. Every time I appear, I'm already adult. All right, I'm already grown up, already adult, working age, all that. So from 850 to 890, 40 years. So I was like 70 years old. All right, when I left that time frame. Then I came back. It was 9 910 AD. And I was still walking in Canada area or whatever, surviving off the land, whatever it takes to live. I did a lot of physical work, things like that. I was handy in creating, which I'm not now, but who knows? Maybe I can figure it out at some point. I did blacksmithing and things like that, which then you had to survive, so you had to make your own swords or knives or whatever to survive. I had very little run-ins with wildlife, bears and things like that, which was pretty incredible. They were there. You don't go and pick a fight with a bear, right? What is that about, Oofy?
He just did a time code.
What now?
It's like a standard time code.
Oh, okay.
That's supposed to be universal.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
The time difference between the two is lag. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know where I went. In the different space between 890 to 910. Oh, okay. How did you get that time code up there? See, he said how. Oofy, how did you get that? Now he's laughing that I heard him. Oh, boy. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Like when they say things in the voice and you can document the time code. I don't know how to do that. Thank you for that. So anyway, back to my story. What happens is this. The blank spaces from 890 to 910. I don't know what happens in that time, except that I go maybe to a class and I got to learn about what I got to do in my next life, right? Again, programming. We are programmed for what we know now. Okay? Whatever you enjoy doing, whatever you are talented at doing, whatever is a natural gift, so to speak, it's not a natural gift. You are programmed to do it already. Whether you like it or not, makes no difference. You can disagree with me if you want, but we are programmed for what we do. Bobby's programmed to play games. That's what he's good at. Bobby's programmed to do whatever other things he works on. That's what he enjoys. That's because he's programmed to do that. I'm not saying that there isn't free will. We can break away and do our own thing anytime we want. But whatever we choose to do, there's some kind of programming. Yes, thank you, Luffy. Thank you. That's a good way to put it. All right, so now, in my case now, I come back onto the scene 910 fingers. There are choices, and we can steer off of those directions, but then that could be dangerous for us and maybe not so good. It doesn't mean that we won't be back, and it doesn't mean that we end it at that moment. It just means that we have to go through a learning process. Okay, that makes sense? So, perhaps we do something that we don't understand, we do it wrong, and we got to go back to class, and then they explain to us in class, okay, you got to do it this way to get through this next step. All right. So now I don't know if I'm making this up or if I'm hearing the messages and I'm sharing this, or if I read it someplace and I'm repeating what I read or whatever. But anyway, it's a good story. So 9:10, I'm walking around. I wind up in Minnesota, right? In my story, and I live in Minnesota. Again, I'm like 30 years old by the time I land in Minnesota, and living on the land I've had, not at the same time, but I had a couple of wives throughout this particular lifetime. The wives lived their life and they died, and I'm left behind without anybody. Read the chapter. What? Oh, I don't know what chapter I'm on. I don't know what the chapter headings or chapter titles. I don't know the book title necessarily. I kind of got a book title, but I'm not sure on that one. But anyway, so anyway, when I live through this particular life, I go from 9:10 to 9:90. Remember now, I'm already 30 years old, so what is that? 80 years. Okay. Oh, okay. In any case, I hear the voices on the apps. Yes, I'm talking about the voices in my head about my story. So anyway, what happens is I go to 990, which is 80 years. So think about that now, 80 years, and I'm already 30 years old, right? So how old is that, Ubi? 80 plus 30 is 110. Is that right? Okay. So anyway, 110. I had it right. Okay. So then then I exit that lifetime. When I come back, remember now it's 990, 910 to 990, and then I come back and it's 1005, and I'm still in Minnesota. I said I've had enough of this place. Too much weather to deal with, cold and wind and everything like that. Rough winters here all the time, and it was worse back then. But you learn to live off the land, so you survived. Obviously, I survived. I'm here now. I completed my cycle of that life cycle, and I managed to make it to here. And you get to hear the story. So anyway, I started. I had a horse, of course. I was always wealthy. I always had funding, but always struggled though. There wasn't really money then, but I mean there was ways to make a living. There's trade, barter system as he called it, things like that. And so you did survive. And of course with the skills, I always had the skills of blacksmithing and things like that. So anytime anybody needed anything made or something repaired, guess what? I stepped right up and I did it. Like, well, how did you do that? Well, that's what I was trained in. Which I wasn't, apparently. So I don't know how to do that now. But I haven't had a need to do it either. I mean, why repair something when you just go out and buy a new one? So, in any case, I left Minnesota I started across going east. I can't remember where I wound up exactly. But well, in the end point, I wound up in some harbor, like maybe Boston. I don't know if it was New York, but I think I wound up in Boston. And anyway, that was a long time down the road, though, for that story, for that part. But all through the time, I don't have anything after the 1005 appearance, though. But evaluating how long I live each time, if it's similar to the same time, then you're looking at at least 70 years per cycle. Now, I don't believe in reincarnation as the normal reincarnation thought process is. I'm not trying to argue with anyone that does, and I'm not trying to debate what reincarnation is. But my viewpoint is that we have the same soul energy, we just transfer to a different timeline, a newer timeline. Okay, if that makes any sense. So that's what I'm talking about, transferring timelines as we go along. And it's not like Groundhog Day where you got to repeat the same day every time until you get the answer right, and then you move on to your next level. No, this is just the way life is. Whether you want to believe that or not, I don't care. If you do have any questions about it, maybe we can talk about it and try to figure it out. But anyway, so we're at 1005, and I don't know. I don't have another date after that. That's my last date I got so far. Although I do know that in the 1500s, 1600s, and 1700s, I was in each of those decades or each of those centuries. I was a ship person. I was navigating. I was a navigator. In the early 1700s to 1800s, I was a navigator of a ship from England, I believe. So I was still Danish. I was still from Denmark. But I was sailing on a English ship, and I was a navigator. I believe my rank was lieutenant in that time frame. So I got bits and pieces. I don't have everything yet. Yeah, I do know about the sunstone, Oofy, and that does make sense. But I don't understand the process. In this lifetime, I've actually tried using the sextant. Right, we had one on our ship, of course, and I was able to figure it out. And I don't know how I could do that because I never had one, never used one before. I was only 21 or 22 years old trying to figure this thing out. But you have to know what the star name is. Then you have to know when you get the number on the angle on the sextant, the curvature has the degrees. Yeah, and what's interesting is that I kind of knew that. I kind of knew that without the stone, though. Don't ask me how. So as much as I get lost, you'd be amazed. I actually knew how to find my way. And then we make them up, and people enjoy the story. Oofy, did you get to see my promo I did for? Yeah, you seen that, right? It's the promo I did for Charles and Marie. It said make sock puppets. That's right. Yeah. Never mind, you were there. At least now I got the music thing all figured out, and we couldn't get any more copyright notices about that with my service that I have now. I just had to add a few more places. You know, Oopie, I'm going to try to figure out what to do on that. I'm thinking about maybe like make it go into a dream cycle, you know, like fade into a dream cycle, and then it's like a nightmare that Maria might have. That's a good idea. You got me thinking about that idea now. Oh well.
Foot boat.
Yeah. And in case you didn't know, there was a lot of gold everywhere. And people don't think that gold is really valuable. Gold is valuable. But most people don't believe gold is real. And you didn't have to go mining for it. It was right there. If you had a tent, if you were camping in a tent, it was right there in the ground, right where you were at. In Minnesota, though, for many years, back in the mid 900s, I had a couple of cabins, had farmland. I didn't farm, but I had people that did. And so, I mean, I was always, like I said, I was always wealthy. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I haven't tried that one, but I got other things I'm working on that I'm using. I have one now I'm going to try. I finally got my power supply that I needed to get from storage. Man, it was cold today too. Still cold now. Let me see what temp is today. 29 degrees and windy. Now wait a minute, what did I miss here? Same. Wait, can we play that? I gotta make sure. I gotta respond to that guy. Alright. Said Oopie again. They like Oopie. Yeah. I mean, it's probably colder in Denmark, I would imagine. Carrot? Oopie again. Then the girl goes crazy, goes, ooh, ooh, ooh. Not sure what that means. You gotta admit, this is entertainment. So anyway, for now, that my story is on pause until I get more messages and get more clarity. That's what I need to write. I don't want to make it up. I want to try to get real messages.
Doing.
Yeah, crazy girl. Isn't that the one that Venus would always talk about? That's Andy. I think they get more active if Andy showed up in chat. What was funny, one day this thing, the Phasma box did the phone thing, and the guy answered on one end, and he said, "Is that you?" And the deep voice said, "Yeah." And that's Ethan. The deep voice is Ethan. And I've had conversations with Ethan, even on the new technology, the Staticom that they use, Ron and Woodis and Tony and Cherie, they use that one. And when Ron Yacobetti was doing a session on his live stream, and I was in chat, they said my name, my full name, and it was like, how did they even get that correct? But they had it right. And then I asked if Ethan was in the house, and they said, yes, Ethan is in the house. So, I don't know who Ethan is. But he's somebody. See, now when we turn this off, they're still talking, right, Oofy? We're still talking. We're just not monitoring it. Yeah, see? Yep. Or I heard a notification sound. It's not in the program. Oi. Oh, come on. What the heck? I just had to restart that now. Bobby, what is that notification? Come on. That's not me. You need to turn that off. Does not belong in these Sound programmer.
Parabox. Powering on. Starting ATC3.
You're welcome. Spirits, can you give me a year? Spirits. Spirits, can you give me a year? Shut up. Analog. I don't know. This is digital. I'm pretty sure. Broadband, but it's still digital. Bobby, why do I keep hearing the computer sound? We're gonna mute your mic then. You can't control it. Bobby, oh, you're not even there. That's why. That explained it. You wasn't even there.
Yeah, I forgot I had the thing on mute.
I kept hearing a computer sound when somebody sent you a message, whatever that was. I kept asking you to turn it, mute it, and it was like, you weren't there. They got Bobby. I don't mind just talking, but when I'm trying to listen to the voices happening and then that computer noise comes in, that's distracting.
Yeah. Let's see if I get Marie in.
Okay. I guess Hoofy went to sleep. One good thing about my story, it'll make you sleep better.
The distant Aiden.
Hmm. What was
Wat een
that?
wolf en zo zijn
Joe and Jet.
The music.
Maybe.
I'll be living.
Yep, this Sunday, the Europeans changed their clocks.
What now?
This Sunday, the Europeans changed their clocks.
Oh boy. You mean I gotta do an update again? No.
So I was just saying that the Europeans will change their clocks this Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got you.
It will be daylight savings or summertime, as they were often call it over there in Europe.
Spirit, can you give me a year?
Snarly.
17. 1708. Hi, spirits. What's your message? Oh. 1783. Spirits, I visited a monument last year here in Minnesota. The Dakota Sioux War of 1862. Can you tell me what that was about? They won't have an answer for that one. Hello?
Not in
Possibly.
What is that high pitched sound I hear?
Going like that leave
Oh. What?
Hemlock.
1 second. 8.
Hunch. Wat voor die?
Cantarale.
I. Hello?
Nee.
'Ert. Hey, there's that Ert. That's something. Hi, spirits. What's your message? What's your message?
Ja, sweet.
101.
Sì, e so che il cubito per
They said Chicago.
Hey, do you get?
culas.
Silent.
Hey, I wonder if Julie's listening on Facebook. Julie. Tone. That was a high-pitched tone I heard earlier, coming from nowhere.
Fourteen.
1480.
Edit
1485.
Glowered and hate. I need to.
Hello. How many spirits do I have in this house? How many spirits do I have in this house? Apple? You keep saying apple.
Staatsgevaar.
Dieren van de breed.
Pointed gun.
No end.
Or
Door.
door.
They're bombing.
Snake. We don't want no snake.
Money.
Money. I'll take money.
Anytime.
Four.
Ew.
It's fine. Honestly, it is.
Never.
Honestly,
También. That's Spanish.
yeah.
Did I saw?
Easy.
I wonder if that Scoop is still watching.
What now?
I wonder if that Scoop is still watching.
I don't know. I think she took a break.
Yeah.
But it's
Got
about
about
that.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about that time, ain't it? Almost.
Finally got 3 beers out of the way after
Yeah.
all that fiasco.
And then I think you're like almost at the end anyway when it dropped out.
Yeah.
We had pretty much the whole show. But I was too tired last night to do anything else. I was gone and already ready to go to sleep. Hey. Yeah.
Ihres Kleides. Zurück.
Oh. Oh. Bobby, now if you can, here's a challenge for you.
Okay.
On Marine show tonight during her live show, of course.
The moon.
I want you to run the parabox. That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
And what you're doing there is whatever they talk about on the screen, a lot of times parabox will mention it. You know what I mean? Nothing else. Just run the parabox.
All
All
right.
right. And then we see what words we come up with during that time. Okay.
All right.
Sound like fun?
Yeah.
Like before when I was running the ghost hunting tools and it was mentioning things, it was like right near Maureen when it said pencil, and she said, I got a pencil right here. And it said cat. I didn't know she had a cat. I couldn't remember she had a cat. I knew she had dogs, but she has a cat too.
See what I can do, but remember, I got at least one radio program tonight. And that's gonna be about by the same time Marine Show comes on.
Oh, okay.
Through the
Yep. One.
good.
62. Wait now. They said 1-8, then they said 62. That would be 1862. That was pretty cool. I caught that. They tried to sneak that one past me. Yeah, that was pretty tricky there. I gotta get the trash out before it gets dark. Hope I make it. Possibly. Oh, in that case, I'll do it like right after we get done here.
Attention.
5:55. Spirits 5:55. All right. We're going to say goodbye. Thank you for joining us today. And we'll see you on the next one. We heard Ava. Wait a minute. Who's that? Hey, write that name down. We heard Ava. Who's Ava? AVAH. Look that up. All right, we're out of here, spirits. Thank you. They said you're welcome. I don't know if you heard that. Bobby, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
Yeah,
you heard them say you're welcome, right?
Yeah.
That was funny. Okay, let me stop that this time. Do it right. Now this will turn off when I hit OK. It'll turn off both of them. Okay, close. Close. Move the clock. Okay, now get over there. All right, there we go.
All right, here we go.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny from Parasite Investigations, and you're watching the fabulous Ronald and Bobby every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Errt Radio Network. Don't miss these guys.
Uncle, I'm trying to throw a show.
Dr. Pros reminding you that you should continue listening and watching to Errt Radio on your favorite device on Mixer, Podbean, YouTube, Facebook, Trouble, Odyssey, and Rumble. And if you do not, I will come on my spaceship, beam you up, and you better pray to God because you do not want to know what's going to happen next.
Do one more show of the new one for Maria and Charles.
For the new.
Welcome to Errt Radio. See you next time. The one right below it. The one that was right below it, Bobby.
Oh, the Survivor Circle?
Yeah, how to survive. All right, now put up Marine's background, and then we can go ahead and get out of here.
Oh, the
one that was on there before I started. Yep, that one.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, we are out of here. Thank you, Bobby, for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. Dimensions of Supernatural coming up at 6:30 or 7:30 Eastern. But we'll see you then. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching.